Hey everyone! Today we're diving into something that's changing the game for businesses everywhere. How to use AI to get out from under the mountain of manual work and seriously supercharge your efficiency. Let's jump right in. So let me ask you something. Does it ever feel like your team is just drowning in busy work? Spending way more time on admin tasks than on the stuff that actually moves the needle? If you're nodding along, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That never-ending cycle of data entry, creating tickets, and processing requests. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at the problem, what I call the manual workflow trap, and the mess of siloed systems. Then we'll get to the good part, the AI automation engine. We'll see how it actually works, and then wrap up with the big one, the efficiency payoff. Okay, let's get right to the heart of it, the manual workflow trap. And this is about more than just things being a little slow. It's about that dangerous mindset of, well, this is how we've always done it, and realizing it's become a huge competitive disadvantage. I mean, think about it. Things like handling RFQs, creating support tickets, or generating purchase orders. These are critical touch points. And in a world that expects everything yesterday, trying to handle them manually? It's like showing up to a Formula One race with a bicycle. You just can't keep up. It's a massive bottleneck. And the problem gets even worse when you look at where all this work is happening. This brings us to a huge issue, your siloed systems. The very tools that are supposed to be helping you might actually be working against you. Does this screen look a little too familiar? Yeah? Your work is all over the place? Tasks are in JIRA, tickets are in Zendesk, customer info's in your CRM, and heaven forbid requests are buried in a shared inbox or some spreadsheet. Every single one of these is its own little island, and your team spends all day playing ferry, manually shipping information back and forth. So what's the result of all this chaos? Well, it's not good. You get delays, you get costly mistakes from someone copying and pasting wrong, and maybe worst of all, you get operational fatigue. Your team is just plain burned out. When you put it side by side like this, wow, the difference is just night and day, right? On one side, you've got the old way, fragmented, slow, and just begging for errors. And on the other, you have an AI-powered process, centralized, instant, and super accurate. It really sets the stage for the solution. So how do we make that leap from fragmented to centralized? Well, that's where the AI automation engine comes in. And this isn't some fuzzy, futuristic idea. It's a real engine that works behind the scenes, connecting all those dots for you. So how does this whole thing work? Well, it's a pretty smart 5-step process. First, AI models, you've probably heard of them, LLMs, read and actually understand emails just like a person would. Then something called OCR scans documents, like PDFs, and pulls out all the important data. Next, an orchestration engine acts like a traffic cop, telling all the automated tasks what to do and when. After that, integrations plug right into the systems you already use, like your CRM. And finally, for the really critical stuff, a human can quickly validate the AI's work, just to make sure everything is 100% perfect. Okay, so that's the how. But what does this look like in the real world? Let's talk about automation in action and see some actual examples where this engine completely takes over those painful business tasks. And the possibilities here are huge. We're talking about automating the entire RFQ process, from intake to generation, creating tickets in JIRA or Asana automatically, generating purchase orders, triaging all your customer support emails, and yes, finally getting rid of manual data entry into your CRM. Let's just zoom in on customer support for a sec. Imagine, instead of a person reading an email, figuring out what to do, creating a ticket, setting a priority, and assigning it, an AI agent does all of that instantly. It completely transforms the workflow. Your team can finally stop being administrators and start being expert problem solvers. Or how about RFQ automation? The AI can watch all your inboxes, see a new request come in, pull out all the key details, and generate a perfectly structured RFQ in a matter of seconds. For something that directly impacts your sales and win rates, making it instantaneous, well, that's a total game changer. So this all sounds pretty amazing, right? But I know what you're thinking. Show me the numbers. Let's get to the most important part, the efficiency payoff. This is where we see the actual, measurable impact of this stuff. Get ready for this. We are talking about a 90% reduction in manual processing time. Just let that sink in. For every hour your team used to spend on this stuff, they now spend about 6 minutes. That's an incredible amount of time you get back. And it's not just about being faster, it's about being better. An 80% drop in errors. That means your data's cleaner, there's less rework, and your entire operation becomes more reliable. Why? Because the AI doesn't get tired and it doesn't make typos. But the benefits go even deeper than that. Instant RFQ turnaround, that can directly lead to higher win rates. You can suddenly scale up your operations without having to hire more people for manual tasks. Plus, every single automated action is logged, which gives you amazing governance and crystal clear audit trails. But here's the real bottom line. What do you do with all this new efficiency? This quote says it all. You're giving your people their time back so they can focus on what you actually hire them to do. Think strategically, innovate, and make your customers happier. And really, that's the main takeaway. AI automation isn't just about doing the same old things a little bit faster. It's a strategic key that unlocks your team's potential to do brand new things, to tackle bigger problems and drive real growth. So I'll leave you with this final thought. If 90% of that manual, busy work just vanished tomorrow, what amazing things could your team build next? Just think about that. Thanks so much for joining me.